Welcome back to the 9th Gym program, everybody, and today we're doing another BDSP guide on Tyranitar. Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl, Tyranitar Competitive VGC guide. Let's get into it. Okay, so Tyranitar is pretty crazy. Let's go ahead and look over everything about this Pokemon first, and then we'll talk shop with builds and so on and so forth. So Tyranitar, Rock Dark type, 4 times weak to fighting. This doesn't change. It's awful. It's a huge weakness, especially with fast moves like Mach Punch in the meta by multiple users. Hitmontop has it. Bullet Punch is on things like Scizor as well. Hariyama is in the meta. Breloom has Mach Punch. There's a lot of threats to this Pokemon. And fighting is just the tip, right? It's not that huge of a deal because it's only on a couple Pokemon, and you know that it's coming. But it's still really bad. Also, Hitmontop has Intimidate, which kind of ruins this guy's day, so it's just a bad matchup, right? But this Pokemon does have some good things about it. You know, it creams Cresselia, which currently is the most used Pokemon on Pikalytics, 53%. And that's pretty good, right? Tyranitar also just does a lot of damage. It can be ran offensively. It can be ran bulky. It has Chople Berry to, make its weaknesses not huge. It has really good moves like Rock Slide, Crunch, Dragon Dance, Brick Break, Substitute, Earthquake, Ice Fang, Flamethrower, Fire Blast. You can run this thing special offensively if you want to. You can run it in Trick Room with Curse and Iron Ball if you want to. There's a lot of different ways for Tyranitar to be used effectively, and just so many ways. Anyway, let's look at the stats here. Let's look at the stats right there. HP 100. Okay, we'll take it, right? 110 defense, 100 special defense. Very good natural bulk all around. Very bulky all around. 100 HP, 110 defense, 100 special defense. All of it is above average. Very solid. Very solid. Very solid. Really good. Don't want to run into your 4 times weakness, but if you're not running into your 4 times weakness, very good. Very good. Offensively, this Pokemon is a menace as well. 134 attack stat. That's huge. That's a huge attack stat. We're doing huge damage to a lot of things with really good spread. This Pokemon has so many different moves that it can use. It has very good stab moves that hit both Pokemon, like Rock Slide, and then Crunch has good secondary effects. Very good offensive pressure. Speed at 61 is not that great, but like whatever. It fits into a role that could be used for Trick Room. It could also not be used. It's a middling speed. If you put speed into it, it's not that bad. You could even run it Scarfed if you want. I ran a Choice Scarf set before, so it's pretty cool. There's not a lot of Pokemon that get Sand Rush though, unfortunately. Actually, I don't think there's any. I'm actually curious. Sand Rush. I don't think there. Okay, we have Sand Slash, which sucks. Sand Slash is not very good, so it's pretty unfortunate. But we do have Sand Veil. Couple Pokemon that have Sand Veil, which is kind of cool. Anyway, that is the stats. Let's look over some moves, right? Let's look at all the moves that the Pokemon has been using. So Rock Slide, Crunch at the very tip top there, 99%, 80%, of course. And then Protect at 80%. As you can see, there's a very obvious drop-off there. It goes down to 25% usage. So it's very apparent that these 3 attacks are going to be on almost every Tyranitar. And that's exactly what you would expect, right? Rock Slide, Crunch, that's dual stab plus Protect. That's the majority of Pokemon in VGC is dual stab, Protect, and then move of choice. And this move of choice could be a lot of moves of choice. It's usually going to be these 2 moves here, Dragon Dance or Assurance, and then it gets a pretty big drop off. But any of these other moves can be used. Brick Break is very solid, breaks through screens, good, good spread. It's very solid. Substitute is cool. Stomping Tantrum's pretty solid. Earthquake solid. Fling could be cool with like some weird stuff. Iron Ball, some berries. It's weird stuff. Ice Fang and Curse. And then if you want to go for a special attacking, which I don't recommend, but it gets through Intimidate, and I've seen mixed sets as well for Tyranitar, mixed attacking with both special attack and physical, which it's not very frequent, but it does come up. And a couple of good special attacking options here. Ice Beam, which is very solid in general. Pretty cool. It's like 4 dogs barking outside my house right now. I don't know if that picked up, but it was weird. Flamethrower and Fire Blast. So a lot of different good, special attacking options here. You also have Earth Power, I believe. Did I say Earth Power? I think it gets Earth Power. It used to get Earth Power. No, it didn't. Did it never get Earth Power? Am I tripping? I might be tripping. Anyway, Tyranitar, primarily going to be used physically, can be used specially. Still pretty cool. What am I doing? I gotta scroll down. As you see here, partners, not a lot of partners that are like frequently used. Actually, yeah, there are. Cresselia, Togekiss, Garchomp, Arcanine, Gastrodon, Rotom Wash, Scizor, Heatran, Hariyama, Latios. A lot of really good Pokemon there. As you can see here, 58, 52, 41, 41. These Pokemon are being used a lot with it, but that's a very basic team. Cresselia, Togekiss, Garchomp, Arcanine, Tyranitar, Pokemon of choice. Last Pokemon, probably Gastrodon. That makes a lot of sense. It helps with the Arcanine and the Tyranitar matchups. Makes a lot of sense. Rotom Wash would also make sense to be there on your on your team, just as water Pokemon. Both at 27% usage. Pretty crazy. Pretty expected. Pretty crazy. Pretty expected. What can you expect, right? Anyway, that's all those Pokemon. Those are partners. Down here, let's see trending items. Lum Berry at 27% usage, 21% usage. Chople Berry. These are what you'll typically see is a Lum Berry to avoid burns. Burns really big in the meta. We have Arcanine and Rotom Wash that are Will-O-Wisp machines, as well as, you know, Arcanine has Heat Wave and Flare Blitz, which both have a 10% chance of burning, and, you know, Scald is in the meta. Like, there's a lot of stuff, right? Lum Berry's not bad. Yeah, it's pretty good. Also gets us through, you know, Spore, which is pretty cool. So, we'll take it. Then we have Life Orb, Choice Band, Choice Scarf, Iron Ball, Focus Sash, White Herb. All these pretty niche items that might get used, but yeah, these are the two main ones here. You'll see if you're looking for damage, Life Orb, Choice Iron, both great options. Choice Scarf, like I said, I've ran that before. I actually have an Iron Ball set today, and Focus Sash makes sense on the Pokemon because it gets OHKO'd by like Bullet Punch, or Mach Punch, I mean, or Close Combat, anything like that. So yeah, now let's look at some trending sets. It's kind of all over the place with this Pokemon. You have a lot of 252, 252 4s. This Pokemon definitely fits into a category where Y spreads just work fine for it. You know, if you're not taking it to an extremely high level tournament, and there's not many of those for BDSP that exist. So might as well just run a 252. We do have actually have 4 different builds today. Only one features a non-252, 252 4 spread, but you know, whatever. 9% usage, you could use this. You can just slap that on there if you wanted to. Also, it all works, right? But yeah, this is kind of what we're expecting is potentially 252, 252 4s, and a couple random mixed spreads here that involve a little bit of bulk. Some involve a little bit of speed. Yeah, a lot of 252, 252 4. It's a weird Pokemon to build. You gotta, you know, if you're gonna build a big set like that, you better have like good reasoning, right? And I don't have the best reasoning today, so we're pretty basic sets. Not gonna lie. Anyway, let's get into these sets. Let's get into all these sets. I got 4 sets for you today. A lot of sets. So, let's get into it. First one, right off the bat, is going to be your most basic Tyranitar you're going to see ever. The most basic one you'll see. Lum Berry, Sandstream, we're not going to be changing from this. Ability, by the way, Sandstream, we're not changing this. We're not going to unnerve. It's just unusable, like, compared to Sandstream. A big reason you use Tyranitar is for Sandstream. If you didn't know what Sandstream does, it does Sandstorm immediately when switching, which is huge. You know, does some tick damage, breaks sashes, but it also gives you 1.5 times special defense, which is huge, 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 huge for Tyranitar. So that's what we want to do. And then we have Rock Slide, Crunch, Dragon Dance, and Protect. Easy peasy. That's what we're going to be doing, right? What we're doing. The most basic set, Rock Slide, Crunch, Dragon Dance, Protect. Dragon Dance is pretty good. You know, having these moves that could buffer your Will-O-Wisp. You get Will-O-Wisp, you eat your Lum Berry, then you go for a Dragon Dance, and now you're pretty much back to normal. You're not an unusable physical attacker that's burned. Pretty good. Dragon Dance also gives you speed, +1 speed, +1 attack. Huge. Actually insane. So yeah, Dragon Dance is sick. And then Protect. Dual Stab, Protect, move of choice. Very, very good, repeatable thing that you can do for just about every Pokemon in VGC. It's just how it goes. Next we have into our HP, or into our spread, we have a basic Y spread. 252 HP, 252 attack, 4 left over into special defense, and then Adamant Nature plus attack minus special attack. Since we're not using a mixed spread build or anything like that, I could have made a mixed offensive build. I didn't do it, but like it can happen. You could also go into a speed here instead if you wanted, and then go Jolly Nature. I'm opting more for the bulk, but you don't have to, right? You don't have to go for that. Here we have one spread that I just like to show off. Never mind, that's a Chople Berry. That's Chople Berry investment. So we'll talk about those in a minute. But yeah, that's the first spread. Very boring, very basic, very, very standard. If you haven't really used Tyranitar much, you just want to see what it does, test around with it, boom, that's a good spread. And of course, all these spreads are going to be in the description below, so you can just open that Show More tab and then copy paste this right into Showdown and get playing, right? Get into the game. So next, we have a second build of Tyranitar. This one's going to be, once again, a basic Y spread, basic attack spread. Changed up a little bit. You don't have to. You can go back. You can use the Sandstream, or not Sandstream. The Dragon Dance if you want to. Whatever. Chople Berry. This is the big thing here. Chople Berry halves the super effective fighting attack damage. So and it's a single use. It's consumable as a berry. What do you expect? So Chople Berry gives you 50% damage from those super strong 4 times effective moves. Pretty solid, right? Not bad at all. Not bad at all. Let me show you a calc here. Relevant calc. 252 plus attack. Hitmontop. Close combat. Not even the Mach Punch. We're going straight for the gates. Straight for the close combat. The big boy. The big greedy damage play. Close combat. They're not expecting Chople Berry. We eat up that Chople Berry. They're sweating. They're getting nervous. They only do 81.1 to 96.6%. We're living. Guaranteed to a kill. Doing a lot of damage. We did probably get intimidated as well. So we're not expecting to do a whole lot of damage, but we still can do some damage, which is pretty cool. Close combat. Also, yeah, you could outspeed it if you invest into speed. Not a lot of Hitmontops are invested into speed. So, could get 2 attacks. But Chople Berry, really the big deal here is we live a close combat from Hitmontop. Woo! That's what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? That's pretty good. Anyway, that's the second build of Tyranitar. Once again, a basic Y spread. Not getting too fancy with it. Basic set. Now, here's the next one. This one is a little bit fancier. It's not really crazy, though. It's, once again, just to live a certain attack. Since we're already living a bunch of certain attacks, might as well pile on other attacks that we live. So with this investment, we can live a Breloom Mach Punch. Breloom is a top 10 Pokemon, top 10 contender in the format. It is a top 10 Pokemon in the format. And Breloom Mach Punch, it's going to be jolly. It's not going to be adamant. So 252 attack, Technician, Breloom Mach Punch into our 92 defense, 252 HP, hitting 83 to 100.4. Now you can EV to get it completely gone, but I mean, you have to invest so many more points, dude. Like an insane amount more points. What am I saying? I'm insane. Still, it's a lot more points, as you can see here. A lot of investment. It goes up to 124 to change that to a guaranteed 2 KO. It's not worth it, but it's a lot of points that you'd have to take out of attack. And I'm willing to go for that 6.3% chance of a Gambit. Whatever. I'm just testing one here. If we went for like a big tournament, maybe I'd change it. Maybe I'd change it. I'm not gonna lie. But for now, want to still do damage, right? Anyway, that's the big difference here. That's really the only difference. We're still Lum Berry, still Sandstream, same 4 moves. That's the difference. We're taking away a little bit of attack so that we can pour some into defense to live an attack. So that's really the goal here. And then for the last build, this one's a little bit, gimmicky, a little weird, a little wacky, a little wild. But it's still cool. It's a fun set. It's definitely something I would be willing to explore. It's a Trick Room set. So first off, 0 speed, 0 IVs into speed. More importantly, min speed gets us all the way down to 59 with a negative nature as well. Brave, which is plus attack minus speed. Super, super slow boy, and Iron Ball, giving it a little bit less speed. Speed halved, bring us from 59 to a whopping almost 30, which is underspeeding the majority of the meta. So if you're on a Trick Room team, you get this Tyranitar going, pretty cool. Pretty cool. Not gonna lie. We also have Curse, which is pretty cool. Obviously, if you're a Ghost type, it's different, but we're not a Ghost type, so it's -1 speed, +1 attack, +1 defense. You start setting this up under Trick Room, this Tyranitar is great. It's crazy, but you have to be in that Trick Room scenario, in that Trick Room environment, or else this Pokemon is just going to be slow and just going to be worse than a regular Tyranitar. So this is for a pretty hard Trick Room team, but definitely a set that's fun and worth exploring if you like Trick Room. Give it a try. Anyway, that's all I got for you today. That's the video. That's everything I got. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, leave a like, comment, subscribe. Makes a huge difference. It really does. YouTube. Click all those links. Do everything for the YouTube, man. Thanks so much. I appreciate it. Have a great week. Goodbye.